Hello guys, welcome back to my channel and today's topic is zeros of polynomial. Now, what does zeros of polynomial mean? Consider a polynomial p of x equals to x plus 5. In simple words, zeros of polynomial means value of x. That means what value of x should I take so that my p of x should become 0. Okay, so as I have a linear equation, it can be considered that if I take my value of x as minus 5, okay, so wherever I see x, I will substitute minus 5 plus 5. This gives me my value of p of x as 0. Simple. Let's get to the next sum in which polynomial p of x says x minus 3. Again, what value of x should I substitute over here so that my value of p of x becomes 0? So, therefore, I will take my x as I can see over here, it's negative 3. I can take positive 3. So, if I take p of 3 equals to 3 minus 3, as wherever I will see x, I will substitute 3. I get my value of p of 3 is equal to 0. That means I got my value of p of x is equal to 0. Simple. As this is a linear equation, it is simple. We can consider a next polynomial p of x equals to 3x minus 2. Now you can't think it like orally. So you can solve the equation. How you can solve the equation? We want that our value of p of x should become 0. So instead of p of x, I will write my value 0, 3x minus 2. Now sign change, that means this minus 2 goes there and becomes plus 2, gives me 3 times x. Now as you can see over here, its 3 is in multiplication. So 2 by 3 gives me x. So I got my value of x as 2 by 3. Is the value of 2 by 3 substituting over this equation can give me the value of p of x 0? Let's try. So p of 2 by 3 equals to 3 times 2 by 3 minus 2. As you can see, plus this divided and this multiplication cancel out. And I get p of 2 by 3 equals to 2 minus 2. 2 minus 2 gives me 0. That means I got my p of x is equal to 0. Is it clear? You should always remember that for linear polynomial, there is only one zeros. Okay, for linear polynomials, mostly for linear polynomials, the values of zeros of zeros is always 1. Okay. Now our next is finding zeros for quadratic polynomial. What you want to find out? Zeros of polynomial for quadratic polynomial. How can you find? So, as the sum says it's quadratic, first we need to simplify it with the help of factorization. So, by using splitting the middle terms method, what we have taught earlier, we have already taught what is middle term factorization. So, first term multiplied by last term. That means for this case, my a is 12, b is minus 7 and c is plus 1. Now first term multiplied by last term, that means 12 times 1 gives me 12. Okay. Now factor this 12 in such format that by adding them I should get 7. So what are the factors of 12 to whom I will add and get 7? So 12 ones is 12. Next is 6 times 2. But 6 plus 2 doesn't give me 7. So I will go on to 3 times 4. As 3 times 4 also gives me 12. So I will write 3 times 12. This middle term signs always go to larger number. What sign we will give to 3? The next sign I want is minus. Why minus? Because minus minus gives me plus and I want my middle term as 7x. So I will substitute my first term as it is. Instead of minus 7x, I will substitute minus 3x minus 4x plus 1. Now I got my first two terms as a pair and second two terms as paired. What is common over here? 3x is common. What I am left with? So I am left with 4x minus 1. Now as I can see over here, nothing is common over here. So I will take my minus 1 as common. Whenever we are taking minus sign is common, the whole bracket signs got changed. So I will get 4x minus 1. So I got my two terms, 3x minus 1 and 4x minus 1. Now the main thing is we need to find out the zeros. So how you will find out the zeros? That means if I substitute this value or this value, 3x minus 1, what value of x should I substitute over here so that my whole terms become 0? And in my equation 4x minus 1, what value of x should I substitute that my whole terms gets value 0? So you will equate the whole equation, that means 3x minus 1 with 0 and 4x minus 1 equals to 0. That means you can solve this with the help of equations. Chalo, 3x equals 2. As it is minus 1, this gives me plus 1 and my value of x is 1 by 3. And next value is 4x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 1 by 4. That means whether I take my x value as 1 by 3, my whole term will become 0, or else I can take my x value as 1 by 4, my whole term of 12x square minus 7x will become 0. Thank you so much for joining. Join for the next class as well.